This movie was an unexpected, huge hit, much to the surprise of Warner Brothers, who had basically backed it because Steven Spielberg wanted to make it, and they wanted to make him happy. And so they said, "Oh, okay, but don't spend too much." And then when they saw the movie, they were perplexed because they thought the Gremlins were very unpleasant, and that they really didn't like the fact that they blew their nose on the curtains and stuff, and they were kind of grossed out by it. And their notes came back, too many Gremlins, and so Stephen said, "Well, we could cut all the Gremlins out and call it People. How would you like that?" So, because of the way that Amblin was set up at the time, which was very filmmaker friendly, you were allowed to finish your movie, completely edit it, score it, and color time it, and then take it to the preview. And so we previewed a version, was a little bit longer than this, but essentially the same movie, in San Diego at some big domed theater. And the reaction was, to put it mildly, astonishing. The audience they went crazy over this movie, which of course they had no idea what it was going to be because there was no publicity. And suddenly now Warner Brothers felt like they had a hit on their hands. But they still didn't quite get it. I mean, they didn't really understand the movie very much, and that was why they took a number of years to try to come up with a sequel, because on their own merit, they just couldn't figure out what was appealing to the audience about the first picture. And so they had to come back to me and say, "Well, we guess we figured out you must have had something to do with the success of the first picture. So if you give us the sequel, then we'll let you do whatever you want." And that's not an offer you often get in Hollywood, and so it was pretty irresistible. And so we made Gremlins 2 for 3 times the money that we had to spend on the first picture. But unfortunately, they'd waited so long that you don't wait 5 years to make a sequel to a movie, and it didn't, considering how much it cost, it wasn't that successful, and nor was Ghostbusters 2 for the same reason. But now Warner Brothers is back on the trail, and they love the movie now, and they're trying to remake it again, as they always do.